Hello, welcome to Thursday. We're continuing on our devotional series about the birth of Jesus. Yesterday we had a special guest.
We did.
One of the
yeah.
shepherds popped in to say hello. Took your place, Joel.
Okay.
Didn't do too bad a job, but we're going to stick with you.
Yeah, cool.
The shepherd did not push you out of the job. And the shepherd gave us a bit of an insight in that the shepherds were on the edges of society and how Jesus, through his incarnation, brings us into the centre of his story.
Right.
And so that was pretty powerful. We're going to continue about this experience of the shepherds. Joel, let's hear the Bible reading.
So looking at Luke chapter 2, verse 13 to 14.
Perfect.
All right. Suddenly, a great company of the heavenly host appeared with the angel, praising God and saying, "Glory to God in the highest heaven, and on earth peace to those on whom his favour rests."
Here we go.
So the shepherds were terrified at one angel.
One angel appearing.
And then next minute the heavenly hosts all appeared, singing praises, which is pretty cool. But if they were terrified at one angel, what were they at the heavenly hosts?
Quite possibly petrified in the true sense of the word.
Hiding behind sheep and what is going on.
And you've seen the Christian artwork where you see the whole host of heavens and you've got like a dark night, and then there's just the top part which is completely illuminated with all the glory of the Lord and the angels singing. And I love those images because of the contrast that here down the bottom you've got the darkness where the shepherds are, and then you've got the whole sky with this particular brightness. And it's a brightness of worship. That's the important part, right? Here we are. The shepherds are invited in to worship. The worship that's happening all the time in the heavens are ripped apart a bit. And here we see what's happening in heaven, heavenly worship, and they're invited in. And what a privilege that is. So these shepherds, not only into the heart of God's plan, but into worship too.
And they got to experience what heavenly worship is like.
Exactly.
It's pretty cool. And I guess that's sort of, that's something that the angel's modelling. So then, is that something we should also be doing? So praising him no matter what.
When we're scared, when our whole world has suddenly entered a period of being a bit topsy-turvy, where do we go for stability? Where do we go for peace? Because the angels had God's declaration of peace, right?
Peace on earth.
Peace on earth with those with whom he is pleased, right? And so we find peace in the midst of all sorts of ups and downs. We find peace because God declared it first, and secondly, we find it in worship. And so, fantastic really cool for us as we come in to the hustle and bustle of the week before Christmas. And it is busy, and you feel like I certainly do. At this time of year, I feel like my world's a bit topsy-turvy with everything that needs to be done. God declares peace. Peace that he gives us, right? And when we come into worship, that whole idea of being terrified, that leaves us. When we come into worship, we are connected to God in a way that we otherwise are not. Of course, God's everywhere, and Jesus is with us all the time. But in worship, it's a special time, and it's we know that in worship there is a special connection that we have. God comes to us in a particular way.
So I think, this Christmas, let's be rooted and grounded in peace, and let the peace sort of influence our actions, and give out of giving and not without out of a need to or requirement to, but just because you can.
Absolutely.
And let God's peace just fill our festivities this year. So, all right.
What's our question, Joe?
Our question today is, how do we find peace this Advent?
Good. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.